Hello, class of 1970. I am Keener Fry, the Executive Director of the University of Wyoming Alumni Association. With the 2020 homecoming activities being canceled this year and the 50th club reunion on our campus being postponed until the fall of 2020-21, we will sure miss all of you all coming back to campus. While our plans may have changed, one thing has not, and that's the pride and the spirit that the Wyoming community has for the university. We are looking forward to welcoming you back in the fall of 2021 when we can celebrate in person as we have for 90 some years. Please take advantage of some of the virtual offerings and enjoy homecoming this year, albeit in a very different way, but nonetheless know that you will be joined by thousands of cowboys and cowgirls all over the country. Hello, UW graduates of 1970. I am pleased to be here with one of your former classmates, Dr. Jeff Cummings in Las Vegas, Nevada. Jeff, welcome.
Thank you, Keener. It's a pleasure to be here, although I have to say the idea that this is 50 years is an incomprehensible idea to me.
It goes by fast, I'm sure. Can you tell us, Jeff, a little bit about your UW experience, what you majored in, and then your post-UW experience to the pathway where you are today?
Sure. So I graduated in 1970. Of course, that's why it's 50 years. And I had a bachelor's degree in zoology. It was the foundation for going on and pursuing a career in medicine, which took me to the University of Washington, then to Boston, then to London for a career at UCLA in Alzheimer's disease and neurology, and then finally to the Cleveland Clinic in Las Vegas, and now to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So it's been a very circuitous pathway, but along the way I got married, I had a wonderful daughter, I have a fantastic granddaughter, and I've had many, many great worldwide experiences.
Well, Jeff, we've had a long contact with you, and I know you've been back to campus many times. And so I know when you come back to campus, it's probably brought back some memories of maybe what is one of your favorite memories at the University of Wyoming?
Well, you know, one of the most inspirational things, Keener, for me was the teaching of Floyd Clark for embryology, zoological embryology. And Floyd would take these clay models and you could see how the structures transform themselves in the course of the growth of the organism by the way he remodeled these clay figures. And it was absolutely fantastic, so inspirational, and brought the learning so much to life that I will just never forget the learning of embryology from Floyd Clark.
Well, you know, Jeff, when we interview students graduates who've graduated just a few years after you, they say similar things about bringing up a strong faculty member. So I don't think it matters which generation, a strong faculty leaves a lasting impression on our graduates. You know, I'm sure you were active in campus life. And so what were some of those activities? And maybe I know folks, many of our graduates have a favorite place on campus at the university campus here in Laramie. What would one of those be?
Well, Keener, I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but I love the library. And that had many dimensions. Of course, I was a very studious individual, and so I loved the books. And I'll admit now, 50 years later, that I had a crush on the librarian, and that was an important part of it and motivation for me being in the library.
That may not be different from many of your classmates, I would imagine. And when folks come back to their 50th reunion, we occasionally hear some of those stories of where they met maybe their favorite person and so on and so forth. But Jeff, you really have stayed involved and been active at the university amidst a very, very busy career and an inspirational career for many. But Why has it been important for you after you graduated here and went on with your career and family and the like? Why has it been so important to stay connected to the University of Wyoming? And we thank you for being a life member of the Alumni Association as well, too.
Keener, the world needs more cowboys. There's no question about that. And I think we just have to grow that base. We have to stay in touch with the University of Wyoming. It was such a great way to begin my academic life. It provided me with such a sound foundation, and I want that for other kids who are coming out of Wyoming. I just think it's so important. Wyoming people have wonderful values, core values, and those are the values we need in the world today, and we need to encourage and grow that.
You know, you referred to one point. Where are you from originally, Jeff? And then why did you choose the University of Wyoming?
Well, I grew up in Basin, Wyoming, so
Okay.
I was a local boy. I got a scholarship. I did well in high school, got a scholarship. My parents were poor. That was the way that I could go to college. Chose the University of Wyoming because it was supported. And I think that is so important in terms of encouraging more kids to come to the university. That financial bridge between a poor background and what can happen in the future is really the key to a life that follows.
Well, that remains a commitment of the University of Wyoming to this day to attract as many of these Wyoming graduates as possible, provide very favorable financial aid packages for them. And it's great to hear that that was in place many years ago. Jeff, as we wrap up, do you have any last thoughts to share with your nearly 1,000 1970 University of Wyoming graduates?
Incredible. 1,000 university graduates from 1970. I just say I am delighted to be part of this year, part of this celebration, part of the University of Wyoming. And I really wish you all the best. Stay safe in COVID. We're going to get through this and life is going to come back to normal. So just delighted to be part of this celebration.
Well, thank you, Jeff. And we do want to remind all of our class of 1970, you'll be invited back for an on-campus celebration in 2021. Thank you today, Dr. Cummings. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Peter. My pleasure.